Chapter 3 Homesick. Eskos was heading down the path to visit his grandmother the following morning, and order gentleman approached, Kus of the double clan, son of Doshi. Kus looked at the man. Yes, that is me. How can I help you? The man smiled. My name is Dent, and you was ordered to find you. I searched for you at your home, but your neighbor instructed me where to find you. Curious is it in, Kus was the man a strange look? Yes. Dent saw his facial expression and sighed. I knew your grandfather, Samuel. As a matter of fact, he trained me. I've been given orders to find you and to instruct you. You are long overdue for military service. Your grandfather delayed your entry at Asra, and it is time to serve your clan in the military. You'll sit in to serve a minimum of 2 years. Handing him a paper, he continued, you'll have 30 days to complete, but if you're anything like your grandfather, it will not be any problems. He was a great man and a fantastic warrior, and he was honored to serve under him. The basic training will be at Fort Bliss military installation in El Paso, Texas. All you need to know is on this paper. Kus took the papers. Inside, no problem, he'll be there. Kus was disappointed that he had not served in the military earlier because he feared Bima won't be cared for and no one will visit her. Approaching her home in deep thought, he saw her gardening in the yard. You see old and don't catch up with you. Bima sighed. Kus said in a low disappointing voice, yeah, I forgot all about this. If Tindari had let me go when it was time to go, you will not have to leave here all alone. Bagel stood up. No, you shall not let everything happens for a reason, and you ain't that thing no honor, you're damn self. Tell me to do your survey time, find you a wife, and have some of my great grandchildren. Kus looked up. A wife? By my side, yeah, boy, a wife. I've done a lot of my life, and now it's time for you to live yours. You need a family of your own. Kus looked at Big now. You never even thought about having a family. You haven't seen on who qualifies as being my wife. Big outside, Cassie, you ain't looking, one are looking at you, but you're not looking at or even looking for them. Children and marriage is a beautiful thing, child. It's a contract of love, the oldest contract since the time began, sealed by vows and pledges of love. When you marry someone, you marry all of that person. That means all that to you and all that comes with them. Well, you may not agree with everything they or do, you commit of. Well, person. You commit of in their individual, not just the parts you love about them. Their flaws, along with their feebleness. Their defeats, along with their victories. To their failures, not just their successes. To their mistakes and not just their achievements. Their falling and not only their rising. You are bonding to their past and future, not only to their present but also to their known and Macbeth, not just the credit in discerns. In other words, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and health. You must understand we must vows one that this must sacred defense is not to be adhered done vessely, you evidently or indiscreetly, but clearly understand that you are not marrying part of a person, you are marrying it whole. And love is that it had been. Kus turned toward Big magically. You sounded like a greeting card, but you liked that. Big alleged, what, you liked that? Child, breakfast has been ready for at least 30 minutes. If you don't get your tail and take house. We got 30 days to finish my story. It won't take that long, but you need to finish it Cassie you got me started, and I got to end it. After breakfast, Kus still had a locked head disturbed by now. A penny for your height, young man. Kus smelled his military thing. By Gal interrupted him, when he started that other the proper wall of during the Kudus began returning home and ordered the Vreen to Soviet last 2 years of Soviet starting at 15. Before the last group from Tel immediate tours and had returned, Turkey received word that his brother had fallen ill, and he, his wife, and kids, and Waninkiv and his family took the trip as well. He went to the Vreen, including cousin unbelievers who lived outside the city. He went to the Vreen to learn to fate when it was time. To do so and made it mandatory to the Vreen serve 2 years. Many non-believers with evil hearts will terrorize the non-believers with good spirits, and they are proper protected from abundance and some at Kasanawadas and Higis. Don't get me wrong, We respected the non-believers. We bartered with him, ate with him, and even enjoyed one another's company. Over time, many became believers. Yalotas visiting a relative got to Waninikevu. He felt homesick and longed to see his parents, listening to the stories of the twins and Woodmore's visit, and the foreign face during their visit to the law. Even Dark Yellow telling the story of his visit, he felt a certain weight had bothered him but kept it to himself. After 2 days of securing their pasts, Teyzeu went to Ireland. On the day they depart, the children of Ibrahim approached Wainyeyekevu, who would like to investigate even in cities of El Paso and panics and see what was left behind. Say 4. We understand the technology, and they might have left something that may be useful. Wainyeyekevu read and instructed them to take their battalions and live in a lane chart. Friedrich, Dark Yegel, and his family, along with Wainyeyekevu and his family, head off to Ireland. Flying just below the Mason-Dixon line, they headed to Ireland, keeping a light fully for the enemy, but the land was clear with just a few indications in the ground. On they reached North Carolina, they rested for the night before finishing their journey. Once in Ireland, the people were renowned to see what the land dressed in traditional clothing and walking with pride as they asked for the location of Sexthum. An elderly man gave them directions, and as they approached the house, a teenager greeted him. Hey, Bemidel. With a few was called Dark Yegel. Dark Yegel smelled, tight wall bim, and may ask, who are you? Bemidel smelled, your greenies. Me friends call him a little bit. Dark Yegel shook her hand as she let them into the house, like his hair, bore. Which translated to, hair, brother, thought Dark Yegel as his voice cracked for the many years that they had not seen each other. Many years ago, the argument separated them, not knowing it was Sabbath's will, and probably the only way to have separated would have been the only way his will would have been followed. Sek stood up from his bed, recognizing his brother's voice. After all these years, he begged his brother for a hug as they cried out to each other. Wainyeyekevu kissed himself, but Dark Yegel, whipping the tears, no, he must see what Sabbath has done for us all. Dark Yegel smiled at Sek as he called out, Anaya. Sek sighed, Anaya? Dark Yegel sighed, yes, this is Anaya, her husband, and children and his son who is on a journey for Sabbath as we speak. Sek said, coming in Anaya, come nearer. Translate, Queen Anaya, come closer. With tears in her eyes, Anaya. Say to Seka, Alpa, is blamed and Madna Aldija, translate, grandfather, young to meet you after all these years. Wainyeyekevu smelled, English, please. Sek and Anaya smelled, what? And I introduced the family. Sek looked at Friedrich. Can you turn that light off? Friedrich laughed, I'm afraid not, I'm stuck with it. I'm just glad you can see it. Sek raised his voice, little bit. Where's your grandmother? Little bit walked in, she went to the market. Do you want me to get her? Sek said, no, take some of your cousins Harry and Televrion. Can fix her hair, and their face is in order. If you pass her, let her know. Come, let me introduce you to your cousin from the States. This is an aunt her family. Bemidel smiled and asked, are you her to fit it in as well? Seka politely interrupted, no child, we have other business to attend to. Your cousin will return if Sabbath ends it. You will tell him about it then. Now. Gone, now. An elderly lady walked into the room and dropped everything in her arms. Anaya. The lady shouted as Friedrich helped her to a chair, and the lady started crying, you look just like your mother. Sighed Lizzie, Seka's wife and Anaya's grandmother. Wainyeyekevu called him take it and walked out of the room in front of the house as he thought about his family. After a short time, he saw some people gathering. Bringing food and drinks, some went inside, and lighter rained throughout the house. As the sunset, Dark Yegel, Seka, Friedrich, and Wainyeyekevu sat around and talked about how the Abenians left so quickly, leaving so much pain. Seka listened to their story and was amazed at what Sabbath had done to his granddaughter. They, with the help of Tinkitis, followed many poor people, and they gave up their lands to go to New York. But he had a strange feeling your people were going to hell. He didn't trust a word that came out of their mouth. Many of us starved to death, but he kept the faith. Wainyeyekevu looked at Friedrich, probably, who had Abooksigun was called to do, but only Sabbath knows. Friedrich nodded in agreement as music played and people started dancing. Come, let's dance. Johan approached Friedrich, and they all enjoyed themselves until morning. Grandma Lizzie, what can you tell me about me father? Lizzie smiled at Inea, old King Joseph, he's still around, but no one goes to see him, for all his evil has camped up to him. They told me he lives about 50 miles east of here and is just as fragile as your grandfather. Inea sighed, you will go see him. For there are many questions you must ask him. Lizzie was concerned, take your husband, child. Inea shook her head. You will take me into your family, for we are real warriors and are gifted. Before we leave, we will have a allegiance so that Sabbath may bless us all. Inea called her family the following day, and they journeyed to the old king of Ireland. They came to a small wooden shack with farm animals scattered around the home, following the directions of Lizzie and Shakia. They all landed their ski craft near the front door. A fragile old man came out of the house. You are trespassing in private property. Before he could say another word, he ripped his weapon and started crying. Are you come to hug me to, me dear Queen Inea? Drop pain to his knees. I'm so sorry for what he did to you. You are a man without morals and a king without honor. You will be the last person I see before death. Enea's heart was heavy. I am not my mother. I am your daughter. Inea is my name as well, and these are your grandchildren. King just looked up. My daughter died many years ago. Inea. While thought the old king and helped him up, this was told to you so you would not look for me. Taking off the necklet from around her neck, she showed him the silver penny. Look, here is my proof. Me grandfather was instructed to take this, and he gave him to your grandchildren. He hang upon our neck in honor of my people, especially my mother. King just looked at Inea. We will you come in Simon, and he had something to do with your mother's death. You did carry about her death with a baby. Yeah, you did carry about you. You was heartless, and you've been paying for it ever since. Queen looked at Waninike, he speaks the truth. Has sent her. King Joseph said to Inea, come, you have something to give you. Walking in a hurry, he started tracing the house and shouted, here it is. Here, this is for you. You have held into it all these years. You want you to have it, it's a picture of your mother. She was family. Woman who made me change me ways. Inea looked at the picture and thought she was looking at herself. She was beautiful, and I said as she passively made out the rest of her family. Come, it's time for redemption. King Joseph shook his head. No, first, you must give you something else. Walking toward the box that held the picture, he pulled out a ring. This is your mother's. You must take it to complete the ring and the finger. Please do this for me, for you're the Queen of Ireland. You must do this if it's the only thing you ever did right in my life, and you will document it also. You are the true Queen of Ireland. Inea agreed to take the ring, but now you must come with us. For we will fast and ask for forgiveness tomorrow. King Joseph looked confused and sighed. All you have to do is ask for it. Inea and her children, yes, just ask for it. Waninike smiled, asked Sabbath, for a man may not forgive, but he will, as long as your heart is true. With tears in his eyes, King Joseph sighed, you can get your people back and proclaim yourself as queen and tell them they must return your people because of the trickery they have done. You will give you all. Till letters you need to do so. I'm still a king without a kingdom. My last two will be right as before I die. King Joseph ran into the small sack, grabbed a few things, and came back with Inea and her family. The people looked in amazement and confusion as they saw the unfortunate and their village. Waninike noticed the stairs and felt the heart of some of the people. A crowd followed him to the entrance his dark ugly and Shakia came to the window to see what the commotion was. King Joseph entered the home, but Waninike was given to go back outside. Waninike spoke to the crowd, a man can love his life being your right as man, and then because of an incident, he carries evil in his heart and disappointed in hell. Also, an evil man can be evil all his life, change in an instant, and look the face of heaven. You look upon this man this way. You cannot change your heart toward this man, but you can. May with Inea is his daughter, and his man allowed her mother to die without a word, but she has forgiven him. So, whose right is among you? As the Lord has said, he who is without sin cast the first stone. Queen tapped Wainyeyeከቩ on the shoulder and walked up. Me and speaks the truth, but tomorrow we will perform the religion. You will like to, so you always say, but has allowed this to be done. You have lived into us all these years, and seen this man, pointing at Wainyeyeከቩ, has come into real life. Sabbath have made all this clear to me. You have seen Sabbath work like never before, and it because of what happened here is the reason even in Sir no longer in Uri and on 11 the North and South Pole. Here a few scattered, but must have gone off world, but their plans remain the same to divide and conquer. They came to the 3 Sabbaths fate, and they are not finished, but you have to, no, you must be ready to fight this battle that is quite upon us. The following day, a horn was blown, and the Vreen performed the religion as their careless and Wainyeyeከቩ's family, alongside Friedrich, helped the people. The spirit of Sabbath came upon the people and started showing him as signs and wonders. Even King Joseph spoke in Amharic nota. King Joseph stood up in tears and called Wainyeyeከቩ and Anea, asking if this land, you will make ye me such a sir, and therefore me died or shall be queen of this land and daughter things her mother wanted to do for this land and all the people. The people cheered and called an emergency ceremony at the old palace. Using their new powers, they quickly made men repairs at the castle. 3 days later, the ceremony began with the órlien's, Anchius, and the Abooksigun that stayed behind. Wainyeyeከቩ and Queen were seated behind King Joseph as he approached the podium. Fragile and in pain, King Joseph spoke. Ye, King Joseph, make myself known today to all ye have done to all the people of this land. Me dear Queen Anea has accomplished all she set out to do in her death, and you will finish it, for her, by giving the kingdom to Radius men and me daughter, whose name is also Anea. Ye allow me new sovereign me new God, Sabbath, to rule this land with honor and respect. Ye have renounced all me decrees and given this land to him. Me daughter and her husband, Wainyeyeከቩ, can the Sabbath's will to way me we've wanted. Wainyeyeከቩ stood up and approached podium. King Joseph presented him with a spear and a purple robe, and ended with holy oil, and received the glorious crown royal insignia. King Joseph continued, Anea. Queen approached the podium and was presented with a crown, and King Joseph looked into her eyes, forgive me. Anea sighed, forgive you, father. Then he turned to the people, please forgive me for my evil and selfish ways as your king, and know your new king and queen is here. Wainyeyeከቩ sighed, all of this is a pact, each of came to visit me sick with uncle, sigh, and Sabbath has blessed me by what I call imagine. I guess this will be to monarchy. Even have him not a king in the west, you will to land on with 11 others. We will follow the same policies, exist in a customs union, and have a combined military, both my children will govern this land. They are righteous and have good hearts. Until this becomes as strenuous as it needs to be, every from 15 to 35 must join the military ranks for at least 3 years until they become a great and strong nation. You will send others here to train as wanted it, and the Abenians will never again invade this land. You promise, to have Sabbath, you will do thus if you who lost your sons and daughters to the quickly of other lands on this land. In the west, we are no longer separate like before. We were once competents, órlien's, and Anchius, but they call us mistresses, and that is what we are from this day forward. But now stood up and stretched, ye, Wainyeyeከቩ and Queen encouraged the people and introduced them to their children, and they cheered. A celebration was held throughout the land like never before. Wainyeyeከቩ, Queen, Friedrich, der Kievel, and his wife returned home and left their children behind, except for Jell and Anea. The children of Abraham took a little peso and ponies and made military installations out of them. They found a catch of artillery, and their territory expanded throughout the south. As they were lecturing about their feelings and improvements, Bagel sat back down, not long after they returned, all Wainyeyeከቩ was severed, and Friedrich noticed this pain. Wait is wrong. You have been down before in ever since we returned from Ireland. Wainyeyeከቩ sighed, it started when we visited your home in Africa and then when the people returned from Talil, but when he saw the local Queen's fate seeing her family in Ireland, it added to pain, I'm homesick. You was told you would never see my family again, but that is all you want to do now. You have obeyed about all of my life is for us. Now, and you think you have fulfilled my duties. Before they pass, you want to see my mother, father, brothers, and sisters. It's been His daughter thinking, it's been 30-something years, and you want to go home. Dark Yellow and Queen both have felt my pain, and we have spoken about it, both in feeling depressed about it. Friedrich knew nothing. He called Saito and Corey him, just praying that Sabbath. Waንየየከቩ sighed, you will pray and fast until you see the face of Sabbath. As soon as he spoke, they received word that both second King Joseph had didn't hear sleep the night before. As Queen prepared to return to her land, Waንየየከቩ said, I'm so sorry for your lost baby, but you will not return with you. Take Jella and Dene because he must seek the face of Sabbath, for he, too, went to see my family. Waንየየከቩ fasted and promised he would continue until he saw the face of Sabbath. After a week, Queen returned from Ireland and became concerned and approached him. You have fasted too long, and you can't say that you are too weak, and you fear for your life. Waንየየከቩ sighed, you have sacrificed my life for him, you love him, and you believe in only him as he believes in me. You want to speak to him face to face. You will obey his words, but you need to speak to him face to face. Guys go by, and think to reprise the Sabbath for Waንየየከቩ's sake. Yell appeared before him, and quickly Waንየየከቩ sighed, you want to speak to me God. Messiah, the Son of Man, appeared before him, a man who rules over 2 nations as to say the creator. Yes. 'Tis not in our talk we have been found with favor. Waንየየከቩ sighed, we all know that which is earthly is only good on earth. He seeks spiritual things, and the love for my family is what I long for. Messiah smiled, to see my father is dead to your flesh. Ye me return. Speak to me. Waንየየከቩ sighed, notice, you love you too. And we also, but my heart is in pain. You have given me life and my family for you, and now my son, Abooksigun, is going to go as he have done because we honor you and your father. You want to see my earthly father because he will not be able to see me before I'm gone. Messiah gave Waንየየከቩ a simple smile, you have only 2 choices. We will let Abooksigun see you before you are taken away or see your father before he is taken away. For you know, all is for a reason, purpose. You chose. Waንየየከቩ sighed, for I know if Abooksigun stood as anything like man, his soul will be busy. Therefore, you want to see me father before he passes. Messiah shook his head, even in spirit form, you cannot see him because your spirit is still connected to your flesh until death, so to see him is dead for you. Waንየየከቩ persistently, you just want to speak to him. Messiah said, you can make it possible with the help of Friedrich, Daniel, Yao, Mlies, and myself speak to him, and it is so. They must fast for 3 days and meet me on the 3rd day on top of Mount Lemon. On the 3rd day, Waንየየከቩ, Friedrich, and Daniel make their way to Mount Lemon, and the Messiah appears before him. A vast door appeared, and they entered, Yao and Mlies met him. Messiah said, form a circle and hold each other's hands. Waንየየከቩ, you stand in the center with me. 10. Messiah said, this is the only way to speak to Sabbath without causing your death. Friedrich glowed until the light was so bright, and the light blinded everyone, and they disappeared. Waንየየከቩ hears a powerful voice. I have spoken to you in dreams and visions. Why must you speak to me in person? Waንየየከቩ falls flat on the ground, saying, forgive me, Father, you love the love you have given me, and I ask of a simple thing, to see me Father. You didn't want to disobey your words because you told me you would not see my family for 150 years. But the pain is so great not to see him, and you want to hear you say you can, for even in your word, you say it is better to obey than to sacrifice. The vote of Sabbath humbled, Yao, your wife, and your family shall see peace for the rest of your days because of your loyalty. But my people will cry and lament over you when the time comes. Abooksigun shall replace you and do great things in my name and taken plagues unknown of. Earth is his close home, but where he take him, his soul will be powerful in my name. Abooksigun will have a double portion of your powers. Go now, take your family, and see your father. Because he will allow this generation to endure my pain, they will be a generation without a seer, on who. Seize the earth of men and takes your son to another plague to do his great works, and my people will not know who is righteous and who is not. So, they will know that I am their God, and they are my people. You have allowed you to see your father, but it was so before you called to see me. And for this reason, your grandson, Abooksigun's son, will have a triple position of my power, until last generation and earth shall come to pass, a new heaven and new earth shall appear. Waanyenyekቩ essays, and ter Friedrich and den all stod in Mantelman, and ter hair was landing white as snow. By go stood up to stretch again, you see how the 2 years of military duties started. We were under constant threat from Tipanins and never knew when the world returned, so all had to serve. It wasn't until Waanyenyekቩ got homesick that they started the 2 years of service. Plus, you ended totally about him being homesick. It started a whirlwind of travel for Arizona. But it was for a good reason. When Waanyenyekቩ did, there was no way man knew if people's hearts were true, and evil crept in and divided the people. Cause legit, no, I'm not leaning at head. Cause sighed, thanks, big now, but I'm not afraid to do I do. I'm a warrior first. You don't mind going to serve. You was thinking about who would care for you, but no, you went all over the world talking about someone being homesick. You did get into the story trap. By go legit, well, yep no now get out here and go feed your wife. Kirsch interrupted Big now. Big now, you been thinking? Big now sighed, well boy, don't hurt yourself. Kirsch smiled. What your good jokes, but seriously, you have an idea. You can stay here until I leave, and we can go fishing, hunting, and gardening, and you can tell 'em all the stories you want. How does this sound? Big now said with a smile, you would love it. Kirsch was happy, just need to take care of a few things, and I'll be over here tomorrow as soon as I finish. Big now sighed, bait. Kiss. Light it, bait. Yeah, I got everything on lockdown. Big now sighed, if you don't know, no you know, yup now. And they both lied it.